Now, WGEM Sports Extra with Sports Director Tony Cornish Jr.
Happy and delighted to have you on board this evening as we take a look at all the highlights from week 2 of the high school football season in both the Show Me State of Mizzou as well as the Hawkeye State of Iowa. Iowa, did you think we forgot about you? Before we get started on the highlight reel, though, let's venture to Hannibal High just for a second. The Pirates were boarding the old team bus around 2:30 this afternoon, bound for their first game of the season against the 0-1 Jays of Jeff Davis. The Red and Black, of course, playing without their head coach, Quentin Hamner, on the sidelines. He remains suspended until Sunday after an off-the-field incident that occurred last month. Now, Hannibal's practice on Wednesday, as you well remember, was canceled after a player tested positive for COVID-19, but the team resumed practice some 24 hours later on Thursday, and now, believe it or not, it's game day for the Red and Black. What a week it's been for the Pirates. Jason Nolan has been filling in as interim head coach, and he's just trying to keep the team together. He was at the helm this evening as the Pirates faced the Jays on the road. They had a long ride, too, on that old bus. We'll have a breakdown of just how the Pirates made out on this football Friday night later in the show. Just wanted to show you that. We start off this evening, though, with a trip to Bowling Green, Missouri. That's where All-State lineman Weston King and the 1-0 Panthers of Palmyra were taking on the upset-minded 0-1 Bobcats on their home turf. The Palmyra Panthers looking on, wanting to take the field against BG. First quarter, Bowling Green punting away, and Palmyra comes over the block. Colin Arch recovers the ball and takes it down the field. We see you, big guy. But Palmyra would turn it back over on downs. Bowling Green's next drive. The Bobcat quarterback with the toss here. Cooper Keel airs it out downfield and down the sideline. Michael Starks with that sensational catch, picking up the first down for the Cats. Same drive, more from Palmyra here on their defense. That's Mr. Abe Hare. Have you heard of him? Yeah, he wraps up the run in there and brings down the Bowling Green quarterback for a loss. Bowling Green forced to turn over the ball on downs. PHS head coach Kevin Miles talking a little game strategy with his quarterback Brody Leyenbauer. The conversation quite successful. Watch Leyenbauer scramble, keeps the ball. BL runs up the sideline. Is he going to go? He picks up the first down and double-digit yardage as well. And not too bad there. Nice drive. Same drive here. This time Mr. Leyenbauer hands it off to Hayes Miller. Miller says it's my time. Takes it right up the sideline. Breaks it free before he's brought down at the 2-yard line. First down, Panthers. Panther Nation just loving the effort there. 2 plays later, Palmyra's Brody Leyenbauer takes it himself into the zone. Number 5 crosses in after 2 yards of yardage. Palmyra up 7-zip after the extra point near the end of the first half. Bowling Green threatening to score, but yeah, they wanted to try to tie it up at halftime, but Panthers' Zane Myers picks that one off. The pass in the end zone, keeping Palmyra up 7-zip. Going into the halftime break. And your final in this barn burner after 4, Palmyra. Yeah, the Panthers hold on to win on the road 13-0 against the Bobcats of Bowling Green. Let's move on now. WGM's Garrett Tias was on the football Friday night trail as well this evening for the second week in a row. And the Show Me State, he joins us now with a breakdown of tonight's offensive explosion in Monroe City. Garrett, take it away.
Thanks, Tony. Offensive explosion is right. The 1-0 Panthers offense was really in the zone tonight as they played host to the Warriors of Winfield High. There was a lot of energy out in Monroe City. Second quarter, the Panthers already up 22-0, 3rd and 11. They hand it to running back Joshua Talton, who doesn't just get the first down. He keeps the legs burning and goes all the way in the end zone. Monroe City touchdown. Panthers would go for 2, and they would hand it to the big fella, running back Keaton Pennywell, and the 180-pound back bulldozes his way in, and Monroe City is now up 30-8. Winfield still looking to get on the board, and they're in deep Panther territory. They throw the long ball, but Waylon DeGrave tips it up in the air, and he tipped it to himself. He intercepted and off to the races. The freshman breaks through. He's to the 30, he's to the 20, he's to the 10, all the way to the house. A 90-yard return. The Panthers up 36-0. Winfield still trying to get something going before half. Cole Sam would reel this ball in, but right before he just gets hit here pretty hard, but he would make up, he would get up. Next play, they would sweep it to Draven Ham, and he gets the block, and he gets the end zone. Those are the only points they'd score as Monroe City goes on, and they win 46-6. It was senior night out at South Shelby High School as they host Putnam County. Putnam County's first drive, they look to throw it, but to the wrong man, it's Levi Blevins, and he gets the early interception for the Cardinals, and the band was loving this one early. A couple possessions later, South Shelby on their first throw of the game, throws it deep to Phillip Dodd. And look at this. He jumps over 2 Putnam defenders. What a catch by Dodd. And the very next play, the Cardinals want to go back to the passing game, but it didn't work out as well. It tips off the receiver, and it's caught by Putnam's Blake Perkins. He was there, and he takes it all the way back. But only problem here, it was called back for a block in the back. The Cardinals were able to hold him off, only giving up a field goal, but they would lose 14-12. Tony, it truly was an action on the turf tonight in the Show Me State. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Garrett. And the action in Mizzou rolls on this evening when the Tigers of Mark Twain, of course, open their 2020 season at home against the 0-1 Hawks of Clopton-Ellsbury. 7 o'clock under the lights. I love it. Meanwhile, the Hawks of Central Lee were focused on, you could say, spreading their wings tonight and soaring to a winning altitude as they venture to Van Buren High to take on the Warriors in the Hawkeye State. The Warriors marching band getting the crowd pumped for this one. Central Lee coaching staff had the squad ready to rumble on the gridiron as they look to avoid that 0-2 start to the season. Midway through the first quarter, Central Lee gets on the board first when senior quarterback Dylan Stucker tosses it to the left side, and Jaden Becker takes it 6 yards in for the touchdown. Hawks would convert the extra point. They're up 7-zip. Fast forward early now, second quarter, Central Lee up 7-6 when Van Buren Jr. fullback Corjury gets the handoff on the goal line. He punches it in for 6. Warriors would convert the 2-point conversion. Central Lee trails 14-7 at that point. Central Lee coaching staff trying to keep the spirits up of their troops. Hawks offense going to work here in the second quarter with big plays. Quarterback Dylan Stucker, as he worked out the pocket, found his man. Stucker would connect with senior Cade Meyer there deep down the right sideline for the touchdown to give Central Lee the lead again. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Woo, what a play. However, when it's all said and done, when the smoke clears in this one, bad news for all Central Lee football fans out there. They lose. The Hawks do to Van Buren 40-21 after it's all said and done. Let's take a look at scores now from a very busy night on the high school football gridiron. Don't you love it? Week 2, folks, and it's heating up. Heating up. Knoxville, meanwhile, getting by Keokuk right now in the fourth quarter at last report. Chiefs were trailing 27-20. We hope to get you an update before we go off the air. Meanwhile, another action, Fort Madison 28-12. Centerville, they're falling to defeat against those Hounds tonight. Don't forget Hannibal. Wow, what a big win against Jeff City. We saved it for last, folks. Wanted to get all those Pirate fans excited tonight. Big win. First time that Hannibal has beaten Jeff City since 1954. Are you kidding me? Where were you at in 1950? No, never mind. Let's move on down the scoreboard. Check out this action coming up right here. Clark County, big win against the Tigers of Macon, 28-14 after 4 quarters of action. Indians bounced back from last week's openings loss on their home turf. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs of Louisiana lose against Montgomery County, 40-15. That is a final. Book it and put it down on your file. Meanwhile, North Shelby, 8-man football. How about the Raiders? They get by Northwest Sacred Heart tonight, 58-14 after 4. I see you, Coach, smiling tonight. Wow, that offense is deadly, isn't it? Meanwhile, no score in for the Rams yet. We're still waiting on scores. Don't forget, get on board with us, and we'll check in with scoreboards and get the scores in from coaches around the area. But right now, don't forget, after we say goodnight, the fifth quarter show hits the radio airwaves this evening. WGM's Ryan Muma standing by right here in our Football Friday Night studio with a little preview just to whet your appetite, right?
Thanks so much, Tony. I appreciate it. We got a lot of stuff coming your way on the fifth quarter, of course, on News Talk 105. WGEM. Cardinals are just wrapping things up. So right as they're done with their post game, we'll be on live talking with local coaches. We're actually scheduled to chat it up with Ethan Allen, Clark County head football coach. Going to chat it up with him about their big win against Macon tonight. Plus, we're going to chat it up. You talked about South Shelby. We're going to talk with Seth Bass as well on the fifth quarter. Lots of great stuff for you to get reaction. If you miss any of the scores Tony just gave you, I'll be relaying all that stuff with you coming up on the fifth quarter in just a little bit. Tony, a lot of great stuff coming their way.
A lot of great stuff. What do you think about big win by the Pirates on the road against Jeff City tonight? That was huge.
It was awesome. It was great. It was big. We're going to break it down. Obviously, their first game of the season, and so you get that big W. Awesome stuff for them.
Damian French, the big running back, sealed it with a big touchdown in the fourth quarter. But wow, what a big win on the road. We hope the Tri-State Prep football fans as well enjoy and appreciate what's going on. Don't forget, fifth quarter show coming up right after we say goodnight right here on Football Friday Night, this special edition. And oh, by the way, in the big tonight, can't forget, Cardinal fans, bad news. The Cubbies get by the Redbirds 4-1 at Wrigley tonight in game one of a 5-game series. Wow, that's a big win. The two teams play a doubleheader on Saturday. Don't forget, be sure to listen to the game live. Did I say that loud enough? You can listen to the game live on both WGEM Sports Radio, that's ESPN 1440, 98.9 for all those Cub fans out there. And of course, it's News Talk 105, WGEM for Cardinal Nation, right here across the Tri-States. Happy to have you on board. That will bring this expanded Football Friday Night edition of Sports Extra to a close. Thanks so much for joining us on behalf of the entire crew. I'm Tony Cornish Jr. Have a great Labor Day weekend. And as always, yes, have a safe night.